I'm going to show you how to bid for a line or simply put in your preferences for whatever you're trying to bid for the month. So here is your home page for our NavBlu system. And as you can see, we're in August. This is me. I'm going to be bidding for the month of August. So we start over here at bids. And what you're going to see here is pairing bid group and reserve bid group. You're going to start a bid group over here on the top right by clicking add bid group. And over here pops up pairing bid group or reserve bid group. I'm going to start with pairing bid group. If you're still a reservist or close to getting a line, I would put my preferences in both of these lines here because you never know if the system's able to build you a line, it will. And if the system's not able to build you a line, you still want to have your preferences in the reserve bid group. But we're going to start here with pairing bid group. I'm going to hit apply. And one important thing to remember is that this system always builds lines on a priority preferential basis, which means your top priority, your top most needed item for whatever your preferences are should go first. And then from there it'll go down the line, each line preferencing which bid preference you would like. So I'm going to start here with set condition. And then I'm going to do a min credit window. So I'm going to click there and then I hit apply. And then from there, I'm going to do my prefer off. I do a date range instead of a date list because if you do a date range, it'll give you those days off that you're requesting in a block instead of doing a date list, which would just specifically list out certain dates, and the system may only give you some of those dates. So I always do a date range for myself. Now I'm going to request off the 1st through the 6th, and then I'm going to hit apply because those dates are what's most important to me. Next, I am going to bid off the 11th and the 13th because those dates are second most important to what I need. And then I'm going to hit apply. And then I'm going to try and bid off for the end of the month. So I'm going to do the 27th through the 31st because that's the third most important preference to me. And then I'm going to hit apply. So then I have all three of these date ranges listed here. Now one thing that I will typically do is I really need off the 1st through the 6th. Okay, so I put that whole list on there. But I'm also going to do the 2nd through the 6th and hit apply. And then I'm also going to do the 1st through the 5th and hit apply. So this way I'm staggering my dates, okay? I'm going to move these up here underneath. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm moving them up. So this way, if the system is able to give me the 1st through the 6th off, that's great. But if for some reason I can't have those dates off, it'll move down to the 2nd line. And then the second preference is showing the 2nd through the 6th. So if it can give me those days off, then it will. If it can't give me those days off, it'll move down to the 3rd line, which is the 1st through the 5th. So I'm kind of protecting this area here by giving it staggered dates around that area. I could also do that for each of these date ranges here. But for me, this 1st through the 6th is what's most important, so I'm going to stagger those. And then I'm not going to worry so much about these dates because those aren't quite as important to me. Okay. Next, I'm going to do award pairings because I'm a commuter. So I like to make sure my pairings are commutable. So I'm going to go down here to pairing check-in time. Okay, and then I'm going to go time right here. And I'm going to have my check-in time be after 1 o'clock. That way it's still mostly commutable for me. So that means any pairing that I get will start after 1 o'clock. I hit apply there, and then I go back, back, uncheck pairing time, and then I'm going to check pairing check out time. Time again, and then I want my check out time to be before, and I'm going to go all the way up to 5 o'clock. That way I can still have plenty of time to commute home. So I hit apply, and now you can see my check-in time will award me pairings if the check-in time is after 1 p.m. and the system will award me pairings if the check-out time is before 5 p.m. This is a little cushion to help you if you need it to, if you're a commuter and you need extra time on your ends of your trips. So then we go back, back, back. And now I'm going to click on avoid pairings, and I'm going to avoid pairings my screen is not moving. Give me one moment here. That's not what I wanted. Let's just say I want to avoid a layover. I was trying to find split duty, but I guess my screen recording won't let me scroll down the screen. But down here, there's split duty, which I don't like to do. So I would always do avoid split duty. But let's do layover instead, just for an example. So we're going to click on layover, and then we're going to do stations. And let's say I want to avoid Baton Rouge, Corpus Christi, and Harlingen. So I can avoid pairings if there's any layover in any of those 3 stations. So then you hit apply. And then I go back, back, back. So now we have a decent bid here. We have our days off that we need. We have our check-in, check-out time, and we have to avoid some things that we don't like. Now you can remember to look at all of these, and you can change any of these situations, any of these circumstances you can change. And if you want to award a specific pairing, that's easy to do as well. So if you're going to go to award pairings, you're going to want to uncheck the checkout time, because if you leave that checked and check on a different box, it'll combine the 2 lines. Okay, so I'm going to do, let's do layovers again because that one's easy. So we're going to do award layovers in Flagstaff. Let's say I really like Flagstaff, so we're going to apply that one. Now let me show you something. I'm going to go back again and back again. So now if I were to click on employee, okay, and let's just click on this employee here. Now let's see. This line, because we have 2 boxes checked, will award a pairing with this employee and a layover in Flagstaff. So it's very unlikely that you're going to get this unless you and this employee are very senior and specifically bidding together. But you see how both of these boxes are checked, and that puts both of those preferences into one line. Okay, so we're going to uncheck the employee because we only want Flagstaff. Oops, I did not need to hit apply twice. We can just delete that one. So here's my bid, and I'm going to submit that. Okay, now once your bid is submitted, you can go ahead and change some stuff around. Let's say I want Flagstaff to be at the very top. You just go up to this arrow here and click that all the way up to the top. And let's say I want to change this date here. So we click on that one. Let's say I realize I need the 14th off as well. So we're going to go ahead and edit that. Click on Prefer Off, Date Range, and I'm going to do the 11th through the 14th because that'll change that right there. And then we hit Apply. Okay, so then we go back, and we're going to uncheck. We're going to go back. Okay, so now I can save this and I can submit it again. You can submit new bids as many times as you like, all the way up until the date bids are due. Okay. And the system will only accept the most recent bid that you've submitted. So here's my preferences, here's my bid. If I was going to bid for a reserve group, I would do the same thing, just put all of those in for a reserve group. Okay? If you have any questions, don't hesitate to play around with this. Don't hesitate to look at all your different options. Let's say we want to insert another line. So let's do another line below. And let's do set condition. Let's say you want maximum days on in a row. So you can do maximum. Let's do your maximum is 3 dates on in a row. So you do 3 dates, apply. And this one automatically puts it at the top because any of your condition setting preferences are always going to be the very top lines automatically that the system will work with because it's a condition. So the entire bid group is going to be set by these conditions. That's why those will go automatically up to the top and you can't move them down. See, you can't move them down with this arrow here. Okay, so there you go. Hope this helps.